Hey everybody, beautiful day over here in Tennessee. Ooh, we got a little wind gust. I'll show you my view. Sun is out, wind chime, birds are chirping, and it's officially the first day of spring. Not complaining about that. So I just wanted to come on here and make a little video. I made a post a couple weeks ago, and the topic was about symptoms being messages. So the symptoms that we experience are messages from the body. And I know that this is pretty opposite of, what our medical system will have us believe, or, the way that the medical system works and the way the issues are treated really are to suppress symptoms and not look deeper into what the symptoms might be pointing to. So I just wanted to talk on this a little bit because this is really kind of all about what I do and why I make all of the herbal and mushroom medicines and why I consume so many different, herbal creations and things, because we ought to look at symptoms as messages from the body. So I used this example in my post, and although we are a lot more complex than a car or a vehicle, I think it's a good example. So if you imagine you're driving down the road and your check engine light goes on, you aren't, most likely you're not going to be upset about your check engine light being on. Well, you might, because you might be worried that it's going to be expensive, but you're not going to be mad at your car for alerting you of an engine issue. You're going to probably be like, oh my gosh, thank God that this light went on so I could pull over and kind of see what's going on. Is it overheating? Is the oil low? Is there some huge thing that's going to happen? Bella is sitting here looking at me, and so is Little Bear, and so is Boo. I don't know where Miss Penny is at right now, but anyway, so, most likely we're going to be grateful that our car alerted us of something that was going on before the engine blows up. So maybe it's low oil, we replace the oil, that's a $5 fix, versus the engine overheating and maybe blowing up the transmission, for example. I don't know much about vehicles, so I don't know if that is the right terminology, but hopefully you kind of get the idea that I'm going for. So I would say it's a little bit similar to us and our body. So for example, something as simple as a skin issue, maybe chronic acne or eczema, or maybe something, like a female issue like menstrual cramps or a lot of PMSing symptoms. These are the ways that our body is alerting us that something is off, something is not in balance. And hopefully, if we can look at these symptoms, and I know that it's kind of a crazy thought to maybe be grateful that we have these symptoms. And I know more than anybody that I have hated my body at times, having endometriosis and dealing with so much pain and so many issues from that. It's a new concept for me to think that I'm grateful for these symptoms. But if we can learn to look at our bodies the way that they are intelligently made by God to, self-heal when given the right opportunity, I think this can be a really valuable mindset shift to take when we're dealing with health issues. So the next time you deal with something, whether it's maybe bloating or an upset stomach, or like I mentioned, chronic skin issues or chronic pain, or whatever the symptoms are that you're experiencing, maybe take a chance to say thank you, body. I know, again, crazy thought, but thank you, body, for showing me this and alerting me instead of just not giving me any indication that something is wrong, and forcing us to kind of look a little bit deeper into what the issue could be. So I just wanted to share that insight because I think that symptoms are really more suppressed with medications and maybe even surgeries. They don't really ever fix the issue unless, of course, it's like a kind of traumatic kind of surgery, like an emergency, like if you got seriously injured and needed to go to the ER. But in general, let's look at symptoms. Let's try to be grateful that our body is showing us and kind of go from there. So hopefully that was kind of an interesting insight. And I'd love to hear from you if you've dealt with symptoms and if you have, looked deeper into the symptoms and maybe were potentially grateful that your body alerted you to something that was going on. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go out and enjoy the sunny day, and we'll talk later. Bye.